I finally have a working camera. So I was going to show you two of the salads I really like to make. They're not your typical green salad, and they use vegetables that are very inexpensive, and they're really quick to make. And they're also salads you can make ahead and keep in the fridge, and they still taste good like at least 1 to 2 days later in the fridge. So it can make it really fast for you, for busy mom, busy life, whatever. So anyway, here I have part of a leftover cabbage. It was huge, so this would be equivalent to like a small cabbage. So I'm just going to cut this down the middle. And then what I'm going to do is sort of slice it crosswise into very thin little strips like this. Okay, and this is super fast. You could probably even do something like this in a food processor if you wanted it like super fine or uniform or something, but for me, just doing one salad, it's not worth making the dirty dishes, so I'll just cut it myself. Okay, and you can see how fast this is. It's so easy. Okay, and this is great with green cabbage too. You know what, I think I need a bigger bowl. Okay, so I'm just going to put all my cabbage in here. Sort of break it apart. Sometimes the pieces sort of stick together. Okay, and then on to piece number 2. I love the crunch that the raw cabbage salad has. And my kids eat it, and my husband. So that's done. And then all that there is to the dressing is what I have here is measured out 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Try to do natural lemon juice. I buy it in a bottle. I found a natural version, but you could juice your own lemon if you want super fresh. And then 1/4 cup of olive oil, and then 1 tablespoon of sea salt. And definitely, if you were to make one big switch in your cooking, I would go to sea salt instead of natural table salt, because the sea salt still has minerals in it. Hasn't been manufactured, and it makes your cooking taste really good. So you feel like you're a better cook. So let me just get something to stir that up with. Okay, so I'm just gonna coat all this. This is a little more cabbage than I was originally thinking, so I might need a little more olive oil or lemon. Some of those you can taste as you go recipes too, if you feel like, oh, it's not quite strong enough. Sometimes the cabbages aren't always the same size, so let me just give it a little taste here. That is good. So you can make it plain like this, or if you want to add a little bit more flavor, or if you have a little syrup left on your day, I will do like 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. It just adds a little bit of sweetness to balance out that saltiness, and I think it's a little more kid friendly that way, maybe. Or you could do honey. So I'm gonna mix that in. And then I'm just gonna add ground pepper. And another thing I think that really makes a huge difference is using fresh ground pepper too. I mean, I would probably go over the salt change first if you haven't done that. Okay, mix that all in. So because of the lemon, it almost, if you actually make it ahead of time, I can sometimes make this right before dinner and we eat it right then and still tastes good. But if you want, you can make it a day ahead of time and then it's sort of marinated. So the cabbage will be a little bit wilted, but not too much because it's such a hard vegetable. So it's great. And so if I make this for dinner, this is obviously way too much for 5 people. So it's great. There's leftovers for the next day. So I can automatically get 1 to 2 of my veggies in at lunch the next day. So it's just a great resource to have in the fridge. Okay, so one more taste. Yeah. The little bit of sweetness just adds like the perfect balance. It's really good. Okay, so that's one. Going in the fridge. The second one is just a regular carrot salad. I think I'm going to use a bigger bowl again. Okay. So for the dressing of the carrot salad, I'm going to use the Dijon vinaigrette from the 21 Day Fix Cookbook. I'm always looking for good salad dressing recipes because I try not to buy store-bought because there's just so many additives and they can get really expensive. So if you start making your own, you can save yourself some money, save your waistline, and you're really getting the healthy oils. So many of the salad dressings that are store-bought have bad forms of oil in them, okay? And so when you can use your own olive oil, these carrots are already washed, by the way, so I'm not skipping that step. I'm not going to peel these. I got these from my farmer, so I'm not really worried about yuckiness on the outside of them. If you want, you can peel your carrots. I also recommend finding fat carrots if you want to grate because it just goes really fast. And like the floppy, skinny carrots, sometimes that they sell at the store, like just like trying to grate them and they don't really work. So again, you could use a food processor for this part. I'm just gonna grate these. And so you just eat the last piece. Or if your kids are nearby, give it to them. This is also a good arm workout, so you know. Work those muscles. Alright, so I'm not going to grate all of that, but I'm going to fill the bowl, essentially. And this is a recipe you can do different amounts of. Again, it's a recipe that you can use. You can make a head and in the fridge. So, alright, so the recipe for Dijon vinaigrette is 3 tablespoons red wine vinegar. And I'm not usually a measurer, usually I'm just like, oh, that looks about right. But I'll measure. Okay, 3 tablespoons lemon juice. That. 6 tablespoons olive oil. So, okay. And then mustard. This is just Dijon. Well, actually, this is spicy brown, but you could use Dijon. Anyway, mustard is safe. There's nothing weird in it. So, it says 3 tablespoons. I'm just going to roughly measure here. Maybe slightly less than 3. Okay. And then it says garlic chopped. And so I have some cloves here. It says 2 cloves. Garlic can be all over the place as far as clove size. So these are smaller. I would definitely go with 2 smaller cloves because sometimes it's a little like, whoa, okay. But you know, hey, fresh garlic is good for you. Scare the germs away. Let me use this small one here. So the good thing though, and I think maybe why she does her dressings a little strong, is because you don't need as much dressing if it's stronger in flavor. So that's my guess is why she does that. Okay, so I'm going to be putting this in my little blender doohickey. So if you're not doing that, you're going to want to finely mince that or use a garlic press or something like that. All right, and then it says sea salt. I'm just going to estimate 1/4 teaspoon. And then ground black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just going to put it there. And that's it. So she says just whisk. I really like to do mine in a blender. This is my little bullet thingy. I love it. You can also use a hand blender thingy to do dressings. So it just makes it seem more like store-bought because it's really mixed up well. I'm just going to shake it and make sure that sometimes my blender doesn't chop the garlic up all the way, so then you're just like little pieces of garlic. Okay, so smells really good. Okay, so after I was done creating the carrot, I would just sort of dump on what looked like the right amount. You don't need to use all of it, and so just put the rest of it in the fridge to save for a salad that you're gonna have or something. Yeah, and so this is actually a little too coated, so I would probably just add the rest of the carrot and leave it at that. So I think, I'm not sure I even used half the recipe. So you're totally staying within your limit for dressing. It might even be less in your dressing. If you're portioning out a cup of this, I would say you're probably only having like 1 tablespoon of dressing. So it still leaves you, so like you could have this salad and the cabbage salad, both a cup full, so you're getting 2 veggies, but only using your 1 dressing. But you're having different flavors. So all good ingredients, healthy ingredients. So that's that. You can put that in the fridge. That's still good the next day as well. I probably like this one fresh a little more than other. So quick note on olive oil. You want to buy olive oil that's first cold pressed. And the reason why you want that is if it's not first cold, cold is the key word there. If they're heating the oil, the olives to extract the olive oil is already compromised. The integrity, the nutrition, that's not right. The nutritional value. So my advice would be to never cook with olive oil because its heat point isn't very high. I think it's something like 250 degrees. I tend to cook things on high heat a lot, maybe because I'm busy, I don't know. But what you want to use for cooking oil is avocado oil. And this says right here, high heat cooking oil to 500 degrees, okay? So if you're baking anything in the oven, like you want to roast vegetables and you need a little bit of oil to coat, this is what you want to use. If you're stir frying, this is what you want to use. And this is safe. You can get it everywhere now. This is from BJ's. I found it at Ocean State. I found it at TJ Maxx. And you might, like I know some of you are from Texas, so you might have different stores. But check out avocado oil. Same thing, I think it says cold pressed. So your oils always need to be cold pressed, not heated when they're extracted. And that's that. Hope that was helpful.